way to start off this 4-game set against the Baltimore Orioles. I mentioned at the end of the last video, hey, the Orioles, they haven't been as bad this year. They got the better record than the Tigers, the better record than this team. This team doesn't matter. The Jays lay a full-on beatdown against the O's today, 11-1 at Rogers Center, and start off this 4-game series against the O's. I mean, I think 7-game homestand. You get the Yankees next, but you can't worry about that right now. The Jays start this series off with a bang. Now we're getting some lucky bloops and whatnot, and that's going to happen when you're feeling good. But man, oh man, 11-1, a season-high 19 hits. And with the win, not only have the Jays now won back-to-back ball games, but for the first time this year, they're 12 games over the 500 mark at 36-24 on the season. And just an offensive onslaught. But it didn't happen until the 5th inning. It's pretty incredible. It threw 4 innings, or, through, 4.5 innings, I guess. No, 4.5 innings. I'm going to go with 4.5. It's a 2-0 ball game. And then a 7-run 5th inning. It's just, there's so many things to talk about. Let's start right at the top. Bottom of the 1st inning, Alejandro Kirk with 2 out. It's a base hit, scoring George Springer. I think it was back up the middle. I don't know. It was a long time ago. Jays lead at 1-0. Alec Manoah struggled in the 1st inning. We've kind of seen that lately, but he always finds a way to get out of it. And he goes clean there. And bottom of the 3rd inning, they bring the infield in with George Springer at 3rd base and less than 2 out. And Vladdy rips it into left field for a base hit past the diving infielder. Springer comes in to score. It's 2-0 Blue Jays in the bottom of the 3rd. We're like, okay, just slowly building up this lead. And Manoah's just going out there and throwing 0 after 0 after 0. And bottom of the 5th inning, Vladdy hits one up the middle. It's a diving play by Mateo, I believe it was, the shortstop. And he tries the little bare hand flip to second base. They might have had him at second, but Rougned Odor can't pick the ball at second. He ain't happy with it. Run comes in. Biggio scores. And the Jays now lead at 3-0, and the onslaught begins. Teoscar Hernandez then rips an RBI double. Bo Bichette comes in to score. Then with, I think it was Teo at second and Vladdy at 3rd. Santiago Espinal hits an RBI single. In comes Teo and Vladdy. The Jays continue to build the lead. Then Tapia comes up and he hits an RBI single. In comes Gurriel and Santiago Espinal. And the Jays just continue to just lay it on them. And just to add insult to injury, Kevin Biggio's just going to rip one to right field for a triple. Albeit it was a double, but they threw the ball home to try and get Tapia. He slides in headfirst. He's safe, does a push-up, and that's all there is to it. Meanwhile, Biggio trots into 3rd base. And the Jays put up a 7-piece in the inning. And they lead it 9-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Insane stuff there for the Blue Jays in that inning. And then we go to the bottom of the 6th inning and more shenanigans, right? With Kirk on, Espinal hits a little bloop snot shot, single to right field, literally a curveball. He just stayed with it, just kind of reached for it, just kind of slapped it, and it just blooped over the first baseman in there, and Kirk comes in to score. And the Blue Jays lead it now double digits, 10-0. Then Stowers, I believe, gets his first big league hit. Congrats to him. It was a double scoring Adley Rutschman in the top of the 7th inning. But as that pitch was thrown, you see Julian Merriweather grab at the side. And we're like, is this another oblique thing for him? That's not, he's probably going to hit the IL because he starts grabbing that, like, not very good. Charlie comes out, grabs the ball. Yeah, sit down, buddy. Like, there's no talking to him, no nothing. Bring out the trainer and just see you later. So he's gone to the dugout. That's all there is to it. They don't allow any more runs in that top of the 7th inning, but then in the bottom of the 8th, Vladdy gets a breaking ball from a guy who's never pitched in the big leagues before. Pretty good numbers in AAA, and he throws 97. But it was a breaking ball down, and Vladdy was waiting on this pitch, and he stays on it and crushes this ball deep to the second deck. It was like 430-odd feet, and it was a moonshot for Vladdy, and the Blue Jays lead it 11-1. And that's all she wrote. Lots of crazy things to talk about when it comes to the little shenanigans from this game. Let's talk about the challenge from the Orioles. Trey Mancini, half swings his ball up near his face, but he somewhat swings toward his back. He clearly swung back. And it sounded like it hit the bat. So he runs to first. They fire on to first, and they call him out initially. They review to see if Vladdy's foot was off the base. But the entire time they're reviewing that, we're all looking at it like, hold on, it hit his hands. And he swung at it. So the guy should be out. And they come on the replay. They come on after the replay, and they're like, okay, so the challenge was successful. He was safe there. But the ball hit the batter, and he swung. So he's out. And I'm like, what in the world? And I don't know how the heck why they challenged that. The Baltimore Orioles, they challenged the call, and they were still out. But they were safe as well. It's just a wild scene of events. It took forever for them to review this play. It was insane. Now, let's keep going here. Let's talk about George Springer, all right? You want to talk about that? When him in the dugout, the shenanigans he's pulling, right? Was it Merriweather? No, it was Simber he was pulling, I believe, to bring in Matt Gage. And Charlie comes waddling off the field, and they show George Springer starting to imitate him going down. I'm like, look, when this team is winning, when they're playing well, you know what's fun is winning. And they're doing that right now. They did it today, and you can enjoy yourself, and they definitely were. Then we go to the top of the ninth inning. Right? And Espinal just being a damn vacuum out there. They had the leadoff base runner on. And then Adley Rutschman hits one to Espinal's right. And he goes down, gets the ball, spins around, up to his feet, seed to second, Biggio to first with a double play. And I'm like, oh my God, that was gorgeous. The defense was definitely on display today. And it wasn't just the flashy plays. Bo Bichette, a couple ground balls to him, knew who was running, had to be quick with it, right on the money. And I'm like, that's beautiful. And his defense has been phenomenal. Remember those people that were saying he's not a shortstop anymore? Yeah, just simmer down there, buddy. After a week of tough plays for Bo, I guess never see shortstop again. He's been incredible over the last month or so defensively. And then just a lot of small plays in the outfield, right? Fly ball to somebody, 4 guys converge, 1 guy calls it, everyone else disperses, you make the play. It's small things like that. The communication is so important, and it's an incredible defensive game all around for the Blue Jays today. They just looked great. And in the last play of the game, Espinal makes another great play. It kind of short high from me, gets him. I don't know how the hell he got that. Fires on the first, and it's, what? The ball goes through Vladdy's glove. So he's safe. Now, I don't know how they call that, though. Do they call it a hit? Well, no. Espinal, maybe. Espinal didn't get the error. Throw was right on the money. Vladdy didn't make a mistake. It was a malfunction with the glove. So how do you call it that? Do you call it error on Vladdy? I don't know. I don't know how you go about scoring that. It's a wild scene of events. And then he walked the next guy to Matt Gage. And I'm like, please get this guy out. And don't allow that play to come back to, haunt Matt Gage's ERA. The guy doesn't deserve that, right? He had a great 9th inning. But he ends up getting the final guy to strike out Mateo, I believe it was, to end the ball game, and the Jays win at 11-1. Stats-wise, George Springer, here we go. Are you ready for this, guys? George Springer, 2 for 4 in the game today, scored a couple runs. Bo Bichette, 2 for 5 with a run scored. Vladdy went 3 for 5 in the game today. He has been unbelievable lately. 3 of his last 4 games have been multi-hit games. So he's hit a lot of home runs lately. Vladdy's starting to feel a little bit better. I would like more line drives than ground balls because the other 2 hits were, one was an infield single. Obviously, the flip to Odor that he missed. And then it was a single through the hole on the ground. So it's I like more line drives, but the moonshot will definitely help that. 3 for 5 for him, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs on the bomb. He's starting to find himself. Now, you can definitely see he's starting to find himself again. Teoscar Hernandez, 3 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI. He's up near 250 now. He's starting to get back into what Teo usually is. And then Espinal, just Mr. Automatic, 2 for 5, runs scored, 3 RBIs, great defense. That's all I need to say. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., we talk about it all the time. I said in the last video, when this guy gets hot, he gets hot to the point where no one can get this guy out. Albeit they got him out one time today, but he was 3 for 4 in the game, scored a run. A man's hitting near 280. It's incredible. You go back to that first Angels game in LA. Look at his numbers there and look at his numbers now. Insanely different. He's locked in. He's not chasing pitches, and he's crushing mistakes. Great job from Gurriel. Raimel Tapia, he had a great night at the plate. He went 2 for 4 in the game with a run scored and a couple RBIs. I believe he had the single scoring 2, and then he had a double as well. So a great night in the office for Tapia. And Kevin Biggio, man, He got the water, Gator, whatever the heck it was, dumped on him today, and it's well-deserved. Not just for this game, but just the way this man has played since coming back from AAA. He went 1 for 3 today with a run scored, an RBI, and he walked once. Got on base 2 of the 4 times he came to play. The man's... He's got an OBP of almost 400, almost 380. That's incredible. And the batting average is up and over 210 now, so he's really starting to find himself. And you love to see it. That's your number 9 hitter, and Tapia's hitting 8, and Gurriel's hitting 7th. And that's, and Espinal's hitting, that's your lineup? It's pretty wild stuff, Jays fans. It really is. When this team is clicking, it's pretty wild. You think about it, right? How did this team score 1 run against the Tigers? I don't know. I mean, they hit the ball hard a lot, but just incredible to think about. Now, team overall, 19 hits for the Jays today, only 5 strikeouts. They dominated. There's no other way of looking about it. Now let's get to the pitching side of things, which obviously gets overshadowed. But Alek Manoah, Mr. going for the Cy Young Award, because he's now near the top in ERA. 6 shutout innings for me. He kind of pulled himself. And you know what? I get that. Because think about it. His next start against the Yankees. And you know, gotta keep that, you're blowing them out, right? You just keep that pitch count down and get some other guys out there. 6 innings, 1 hit, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, only 2 base runners. He was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Julian Merriweather, actually, I think he had 3 base runners. I think he hit a guy. Julian Merriweather, before he left the game, went 2/3 of an inning, allowed a couple hits, 1 run and a strikeout. Adam Simber, who came on afterwards, went an inning, allowed 1 hit, and got a strikeout. And Matt Gage, who finished off the ball game, went an inning in the 3rd, allowed the 1 hit, which was erased by a double play, and got a strikeout to end the game. And the Blue Jays have now won back-to-back games. And they open up this 4-game set against the Orioles exactly what we were supposed to, with your ace on the hill. And you do a job. All right? Now, let's see if we can build that offense into tomorrow's game as well, right? Yusei damn Kikuchi gets the ball tomorrow for the Blue Jays, and I will say 2 words. 2 words to sum up what will happen tomorrow. Throw strikes! That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. And you guys know what that means. He's countered by Jordan Lyles of the Baltimore Orioles. That game is at 7:07 at Rogers Center, and that's the game 2 of the 4-game set against the O's. All right, and Jay's looking for the 3rd consecutive win. I want to keep going here, keep the offense rolling. Let's keep some good pitching, get Kikuchi back in his winning ways. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and definitely enjoyed the game today, smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already, comment down below thoughts on the game, thoughts on the video. Thoughts on the game. I went backwards there. Hit that subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below everything I probably said once already. I'm just too fired up right now. Twitter link is down below, so follow, send me a DM, do that great stuff, guys. Instagram link is also down there, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, tomorrow night. Game 2 of the 4-game set against the Baltimore Orioles at Rogers Center. Yusei Kikuchi, Jordan Lyles is the pitching matchup. 7:07 first pitch there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and definitely the game today. We'll talk to you guys then.